We finally made it.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
I never realized before just how hot this place is. It's like being inside a fire.
You're only just noticing? Ah, yes, forgive me. The whole lack of sensory feedback situation.
That's the one. It's hard to believe I once worked in this soup, let alone helped spearhead a revolution.
And all with the mask concealing your face. It must have been very grimy beneath that.
Back then, we had our plates full enough dealing with constant abuse from our Renan overlords. It never occurred to me the air itself was oppressive in its own way. My head spinning just with the effort it takes to walk.
I think that's called heat stroke. You might want to take a sip of water.
You mean that water that's been festering under the sun for days? I wouldn't chance it without boiling it first.
Oh, I know! I'll go to the dock and fetch us some clean water.
Water alone won't suffice. You'll need to ensure his sodium levels are replenished as well.
In that case, let's see if we can rustle up some rock salt. Alphen, you go cool off in the shade for a while. Xion, stay and keep an eye on him.
And then there were two.
Bit of an overreaction, but it's still kind of them.
Maybe it's not the time, but this place brings back memories.
I know what you mean. We're back where it all started.
You don't ever regret meeting me sometimes, do you?
Are you kidding? You started all of this. Bringing down the wall, retrieving my sense of self. I have no regrets.
Welcome back, Law.
Hey.
Yes.
Just great.
How's this?
Got it.
Hey!
Yay!
All right.
Hey, she's pretty cute.
Who are you looking at? Quit gawking and let's go.
Ow! Hey, Alphen, what do you think of that chick over there?
Doesn't look like she really works out.
I'm not talking about her muscles, you dummy!
Hey.
Hey!
Yes!
Right.
Sure.
I don't believe this! Ah!
Okay! Great!
Good. Nice work. Ah!
But this is...
Wow!
Hmm...
This is...
Yes!
Oh!
amazing!
Nice work. Very nice.
Thanks.
Yes!
We've reached our destination.
Whew! I think Hoodle senses something.
Hey,
Yes. Oh,
Yay! What? Yeah!
yes.
Yeah!
We avoided getting roasted in that ring. But what we could really use is something to cap this off.
sure. Got any ideas on what would be good?
Mabo curry. Fried bread stuffed with curry.
You'd probably buy out the whole stock.
Let's see what's going on around here.
Yeah, there might be someone who could use our help.
Yeah! Hey.
Uh-huh.
Yeah! Hmm? Just great.
I guess... Thanks.
Huh?
Well... Hmm? All right.
Huh? Uh-huh.
All right.
I guess.
Whew.
Got it.
Finally. If only we could have flown with the wind to get here faster.
That enemy looks strong. I bet it'll be worth our while to fight it.
Is this the barrier that's keeping the Zoogle in that Nath mentioned?
Looks like it. Our Zoogle pal should be on the other side.
This barrier is weird. It looks old and half-finished. Plus, he said it was okay to break.
I mean, we won't need it anymore once the Zoogle's gone, right? So what does it matter? Did they really think that barrier was enough for a Zoogle like that?
It was. That thing was sturdier than you give it credit for.
Really? So that's the Zoogle, huh? This should be a piece of cake.
Don't get careless, Law.
It's huge. I bet it'd be a good way to test my strength.
Don't get carried away, Law.
Right, here goes!
Blazing Blade!
I never miss! If it hides, just back it out again!
Now I'm in the groove! Anything in the world can stop me!
Remind me to stay on your good side.
Healing circle!
I'm sorry to be a bother.
We've all got enough on our
Here I go!
Yes, ma'am! Now you see what I
We'll
can
soon see
do!
about that!
Far enough!
Glacier Field!
Now I'm in the groove!
Eternal devastation!
Freeze Lancer!
Swallow dance!
Eternal devastation!
Eagle assault!
All disasters made one! Come,
I owe you one.
Purity! Maelstrom!
Soaring light spear!
Reload! Lunar Corruption!
One's all mine!
Annihilation! Just
I could do this all day!
Burn in hell!
Glacier Field! Pierce Evil! Freeze Lancer!
Away!
Champion Swirl!
Eternal devastation!
Here goes!
Plasma shot!
Glacier
Here
Field!
now!
Confiscated!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Talon storm!
Let me show you what my arts can do!
sparkling
Rise and
stars of
shine! Rain down and purify all!
Hey!
Plasma shot!
I remember it! Meteor!
Now you're talking!
You go in! Winds of heaven! First force! Seal! Let me have I'll be saving today!
What a relief!
Radiant Magic! Sphere! Here's evil! Now!
Eternal devastation!
Blah, blah, blah.
Inferno punch!
Air thrust!
Dragon
Blah,
sword!
blah, blah.
This is
I'm going to use all the power of my healing rod to accomplish this.
Eternal devastation!
Let the marksman handle this. Thousand gales, tear you to shreds. Into the shadows.
Watch this!
Mega ray. Not in your dreams.
Ignite!
Mega ray.
Watch this!
Up and at 'em. There you go. Don't let up.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! Pierce through!
Cyan instant. Astral energy. Magic is there. Freezing storm.
I'm on it!
It looks like you got this one covered. They're not playing around. Watch out. My watch. Radiant blood. Here. Eagle assault. Hammy. Raging storm. Swallow spike. Water. Hear my call. All disasters fade one sphere. Here, Eagle. Tyranny.
Swallow dare!
Raging cascade.
Eternal
I'm going to
devastation!
use all the
Try
power of my
harder!
healing magic is there.
I'll smash you!
Plasma shock!
Blah, blah, blah. Resurrection.
Soaring like fear!
Spinning sword!
I never miss. Light astral energy. Raging cascade.
Super swallow dare!
Change things. Magic is there.
Plasma shock!
You get the gist. Air thrust. Here, let me help. First aid.
Take this!
I'll fix you up.
Plasma shock!
Blah, blah, blah. Need to pull myself together.
Is this it?
Don't give up. In here. More for the stockpile.
Super swallow dare! Hurricane!
Mega ray. Up and at 'em. Let's go.
All
In
finished
here.
here and now!
Dirt. More for the stockpile.
I owe you.
Raging storm. Up and at 'em. Let's go.
Hurricane!
It's about to strike.
Inferno punch!
I'll heal
Look
you
sharp,
all.
everyone! Finish you here and now!
Illumination. Magic. Healing circle.
Huh? Not today!
Dragon shield. Here.
Stop!
Freezing storm. Healing steel lightning. Ice tornado. I'll heal you all.
Talon storm!
Healing circle.
Can't move!
Don't leave me. Vanquish darkness.
Eat this!
I'll end you!
Ice tornado. Divine streak. I'll bring you back from death to Photon flash. Illuminate
Inspiration.
I can feel the
do
all
it.
day. A chain between heaven and blah blah blah.
Dragon
In
shell!
here.
Eternal devastation! Dragon swarm!
Death Blossom! I'm on a roll!
Fire
man.
blast!
Armor won't save you!
Annihilation. Crossblade.
Hurricane damage! Hurricane thrust!
I'm almost in battle.
High praise comes from me.
I said almost. Don't get carried away.
Eagle one more time.
It's weakened.
This ends now! Crush the flame of life is cured to be let free!
Blood. Swallow
dare.
Air thrust.
Eternal
Smash
devastation!
you!
Blah blah blah. I'll heal you all.
No further! Eternal devastation!
Blah blah blah. Air thrust.
Here comes a big one! Dragon swarm!
What a relief!
Plasma shock! I'm on it!
Lightning
It
condense.
was nice while it lasted.
Thunderblade. Annihilation.
Super
Swallow
visuals all
dare.
mine!
Blah blah blah.
Burn!
Mega ray. By the power of the
Hurricane! Prepare to be
Let me
seized!
help.
Is this it?
Blah, blah, blah.
Now I'm real mad!
Lunar crossblade. A chain between heaven and earth. You get the gist.
I'm on
In
it!
here. I'll bring you back from death to
saving
this. This one.
I'm just getting started!
Resuscitation.
Anything in armor
I
is
can
all
feel the
right.
medicine working.
Stars of light.
Inspiration.
Rain down and
Crush.
purify.
I could do this all day!
Do it. Xion, astral energy. Full throttle. Go.
Huh? What's a letter doing in a place like this?
Hell if I know. I highly doubt that Zoogle was trying to guard it. Still, somebody must have left it for some... Law.
Huh? What's up?
Something up?
It's from my old man. My dear son, I wonder how things will be between us by the time you read this.
In any case, I first want to congratulate you on all that you've accomplished. Making it this far requires a strong body, fine technique, an unwavering spirit, and most of all, friends that you can count on. If you have all of that, then I, as your father, have nothing to worry about. Those things together will always keep you on the right path. That brings me to what I really wish to discuss with you. As with all of us, there will someday come a time when you'll be a grown man who can and must think and act for himself. Whether you'll live in a world where blood will no longer be spilled between Danins and Renins, or when that day arrives, nobody can say. But even if peace still eludes us then, you'll have to decide how to live in this world. Listen to others with an open heart, but don't be swept away by their words. Always live on your terms. One more thing. If I ever see you again, I hope to say this to you in person, but neither of us knows what tomorrow may bring. Know this. Whatever you think of me and what I've done, your mother and I love you very, very much.
And there's nothing in this whole world that will ever change that. Your father, Zephyr.
Zephyr.
I can't believe he's only telling me all this after he's gone. What am I supposed to do with this?
Zephyr once told me that living freely meant being your own master. I think he wanted to make sure you know how he felt one way or another. What you do with that knowledge is up to you.
But that still doesn't explain why his father left that letter for him here, of all places.
Don't forget, we were led to this place. We may well get some answers if we go back to the source of all this.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Hey.
Hey. I guess... No way. Damn. Whew. All right. This is... Thanks.
You okay, Law? You seem kind of quiet.
I'm fine. Just feels a little weird returning home now that my dad's not here, I guess. Oh man, sorry. I didn't mean to bum you out too.
So I guess that means you'll be visiting your dad's grave while you're here. Right, Law?
His grave? What are you, nuts? There is no grave. The Rena would only destroy it the moment they found it.
Back before Calaglia was liberated, dead slaves would be dumped in mass burial sites. Either that or thrown on top of a bonfire. We got used to cremating our own to deny them the pleasure. Then we'd sprinkle the ashes from high up as a way of returning them to the motherland.
It's all we could do. That's the ceremony we had when my mom died, too.
But that was back then, right? Calaglia is liberated now. There's nothing to stop you from raising a true grave anymore.
I suppose you've got a point. Once you've been doing something for generations, though, it sort of begins to take root. It's a tradition of its own now.
My dad wouldn't want that anyway. Cheap and simple, he'd say. Besides, I can't treat him differently than my mom. They might not end up meeting on the other side.
I hadn't thought of it like that. Wow, imagine. The two of them reunited, back home where they belong. They're probably watching over us right now, at one with Great Dana. There's something almost poetic about it.
That's why I can't afford to screw up. If I know my pops, something as paltry as death won't stop him from coming to box my ears. Still, better than being left alone, I guess. Better than never knowing. You hear that, Dad? I'll make you proud. You'll see.
Looks like we made it here in one piece.
Whew! I think Hoodle senses something.
Sure is good to be back in the pleasant climes of Menancia. Especially after the extremes of some of the other regions we visited.
Definitely. Your country is beautiful.
You do me an honor. However, this place was never mine to own.
I didn't mean it that way. Though, I guess technically you weren't born here either. Native or not, that doesn't change the feelings you had for the place. If I were you, I'd try to take a little pride in people's compliments.
Allow myself to feel pride, huh? That sounds like no easy task.
Nothing sounds easy when you overthink things the way you do. It must be exhausting.
He's always worrying about something. It's probably what gives him his eye for detail. That's just the way he is.
Yeah, so we'd noticed.
Let's change the subject, shall we? It's a wonder so many things coincided to bring us here. Alphen's awakening, Shion's decision to revolt, the Danon uprising in Calaglia, the Crown Contest's final, sputtering throws.
Zephyr's being in the right place at the right time, the fact that you happened to be a lord just as this was all going on.
It's almost as if we were brought together by design. By someone who wanted to bring down the system.
No, enough Hand of Destiny talk. We did this on our own steam. It's our responsibility to see it through.
Did Law just utter a pearl of wisdom?
I do think about things, you know. Just what do you take me for exactly?
Honestly, I always sort of pegged you as a likable dolt.
What the hell makes me a dolt, you dolt?
I mean, she did say he was a likable dolt, didn't she?
Let's refrain from poking this particular Zoogle any further. Some lessons just can't be taught.
Not to dolts, anyway.
Hey, Kisara, what's your secret for putting up with Dohalim? I don't know how you managed to deal with him.
Secret? Oh, I don't think it's as difficult as all that, really.
Could have had me fooled. Anyone who waxes lyrical on the aesthetic qualities of cactus thorns is a step too far for me.
And those poetic flourishes he sneaks into regular conversation? How am I supposed to react?
He likes the sound of his own voice, that's for sure. I say let him have his fun. No need to try and understand anything he says.
Has he always been like that?
He didn't seem as on edge all the time back in Menancia. Though he was my superior back then. So who's to say what I didn't see?
The Lord of Cislodia hid in plain sight while a crony posing as him carried out all his business. What if the Lord we met in Vicent was really...
An imposter? Dohalim? Hardly. Like it or not, that's him all right. In all his flamboyant, circumloquacious glory.
I'd like to see someone try to impersonate that on a daily basis.
Come to think of it, what with being a lord and all, he's probably never had anyone to speak to on an equal basis.
It wouldn't surprise me. Having you guys around, having a family in a way, must be what's helped him change.
A little heads up on some of his eccentricities would have been nice.
It's those eccentricities that make him who he is. Hey, Shion. Got any requests for supper tonight?
Me? Not really. I'm fine with just about anything. Everything you cook is delicious.
Well, thank you. Seeing you devour my food makes all the work I put into it well worth it.
Do I look that eager to you?
Nothing wrong with that. We all have to eat to survive. It makes me happy to see people eat their fill on what I fix.
I'm not sure how to respond to that.
I love how much amazing food we get to eat even when we're out on the road.
Me too, especially compared to what I used to have when I was still a slave. This is paradise.
It's amazing what good food can do to keep your hopes up. Nagal used to say all the time that the power of food is subtle, yet profound.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? For whatever reason, I find I don't worry nearly as much when I've got a full stomach helping me out.
That's why you shouldn't be such a picky eater.
Huh?
She's right. You always leave food that you don't like on your plate when you're done.
Come on, what's the big deal?
Back in the day, I couldn't think about leaving any food. It was such a waste not to eat at all. You needed every last scrap of energy.
Exactly. Even when my brother and I didn't have much to eat, We all did what we could to make it taste good and enjoy what we had.
That definitely explains a lot about why you cook the way you do, Kisara.
Dohalim, I bet you don't know what any of that's like. You must be used to food being handed to you on a silver platter.
Sometimes it was gold.
You didn't shy away from that at all.
Although, there was one experience that does come to mind.
Oh?
When I first learned that the food I ate originally came from animals and fish, I was rather taken aback.
You just ate whatever was in front of you without even thinking about it?
That's a silver-spooned elite for you.
Your cooking has really improved, Shion.
It's because of you that I understand what makes it so fun. I'm glad everyone seems to enjoy what I make too.
I've noticed a disturbing trend that after it's your turn to cook, our ingredients tend to run really low. What's up with that?
That is a good point, Law. There's a weird difference between the amount of ingredients she prepares and how much food actually gets served. Curious. Very curious indeed.
I don't know. Isn't it pretty normal for veggies to shrink a little when you fry them up?
Or maybe she eats all the bad batches herself so we won't notice.
Come on, I wouldn't do anything like that.
Then how would you explain the difference?
Ahem. I have a theory that I wish to propose.
What is it?
As we all know, Shion here can have quite the appetite. I imagine she often taste tests her own food as she prepares it. By my eye, it would appear that her footprints are leaving deeper impressions as of late. Far be it from me to level such an accusation, but the facts lead me to conclude that...
She's been snacking while she cooks.
And yet, she still looks so slender in her clothing.
Yeah, I'm kind of envious, actually.
Wait a sec, are you guys trying to say she's...
I'm what?
Nothing?
Nothing. Shion, about that fight just now.
Sorry about that. I was careless.
I didn't come to criticize you. Just please take better care of yourself.
You don't need to worry about me. In case you forgot, I can't exactly die anyway. It's like how you used to not care about getting beat up because you couldn't feel pain, and then I was the one to patch you up. It's the same thing.
You're right. That is how I used to be. But this isn't the same.
Then what do you mean? How is what's happening now different from what happened then?
It's different now.
Look, if you mean because you can feel pain again,
It's because I don't want to see you getting hurt. You're right. When I couldn't feel any pain, I put myself in all sorts of dangerous situations. I didn't listen to anybody's warnings, and I made a lot of people worried for no good reason. It was foolish. This isn't about you and me being able to take pain. I don't want to have to see you get hurt, Shion. It's too much for me to take. Is that a crazy thing to say?
No, it isn't. And I definitely don't like seeing you get hurt either, Alphen. We can't expect our enemies to show us any mercy, but I will do my best not to throw myself in harm's way out there either. How does that sound?
I'm sorry if I sounded harsh earlier. I didn't mean to. I just really want you to take better care of yourself.
I will. At least, for as long as I can.
That was nothing.
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while? You worried about what's going on with Menancia?
What makes you think that?
Well, you were speaking to Kisara earlier, weren't you?
It's rude to listen in on others, you know.
Sorry. I didn't hear what you two were actually talking about, though. I just figured it was Menancia since it was the two of you.
I am but a former lord who has abandoned his post. I'm no longer in a position to lead the realm in any capacity whatsoever. Yet Kisara still seeks out my opinions, knowing full well that is the case. This despite the fact I am no longer her master either.
Couldn't it be precisely because you're not her master anymore? It's natural for friends to want to hear each other's opinions.
I hadn't considered that possibility.
It's funny what you miss sometimes.
Hardly uncommon among artistic types such as myself. When lordships are decided based solely on one's astral energy, it can lead to funny results.
But even so, you still took your job as lord seriously, didn't you?
Certainly. I learned to perform my functions. However, I was less interested in ruling, so much as avoiding life and death decisions. Of course, such a mentality in the end led only to sickening pain and death taking place elsewhere out of sight. I pretended not to see or hear any of it, content to let our supposed peace and equality keep me blind and deaf to reality. I was a fool.
But you're making amends.
I would like to think so. The path ahead is dark, yet I still walk on. I merely pray that I shan't fall down any holes along the way. We'd best get ready for tomorrow. Shall we get moving?
Let's see what's going on around here.
Yeah, there might be some...
Good grief. Hey! Whoa!
Huh? Well...
Huh?
Yeah.
I guess...
Huh?
Got it.
Thanks!
Hey, Alphen, you mind if we take a bit of a detour?
It's fine by me, but what for?
Rinwell says there's a phantom flower that grows around here. We want to look for it. It won't take long, promise.
A flower, huh? All right, let's take a look. Look out!
What the hell is that? Hey, you want a piece of me?
Stay calm, Law. It's coming for us.
You just had to make things difficult for us, didn't you?
What are you muttering about? Focus or you'll get hurt.
Don't worry, I'll have this wrapped up in a flash.
Now
Eternal devastation! Aim for their weak spot.
Blazing Sword!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Too much to handle.
Big Flash!
All disasters made one. Come forth, the healers of purity! Please show me what my art can do.
First strike!
Talent Sword! Cyclone! Magic Lightning! Downfall!
They've got me surrounded.
I'm on it!
Dance!
Not today!
Glacial Spear! Here be horrible! Blah blah blah! Freeze Lancer! Cyclone! Do it! Blah blah blah! Astral Energy!
Say no more.
Here's a healing art!
What did I tell you? Don't get in our way!
Excited! And again! Get you all tucked away!
Talon Hurricane!
Mega Ray! Annihilation!
What the? Flames?
Watch out! It's changing its attack!
Talon Hurricane!
Lunar Blast! Gale Force!
Eternal devastation!
Wind Astral Energy! Magic is there! Hurricane! You get the gist! Invasion! There you go! Don't let up!
All good things come to an end.
Oh, violent darting wind! Magic is
You shouldn't have
here!
messed with me!
Crossblade! A chain between heaven and
do
earth!
this
You
all
get the
day.
gist!
Burn in hell!
I've let you all down.
Get on
You'll
it,
pay
there,
for that! Eternal devastation!
Magic is there! Thunderblade!
Plasma
Now for
shock!
something special! Resuscitation! Holy light! I'll heal you all! You get the gist! Divine Savior! Healing Circle! It's getting stronger! Lunar Blast!
Switching up its movement!
The enemy is going all out! I'm going to need to use all Magic is my there! healing arts to accomplish this!
Thanks, Shia.
Be careful not to overdo it.
I'm sorry.
One more time! Searing Flame!
Watch this! Eagle Assault!
Lunar Corruption! By the
Dragon
power of
Shot!
water!
Instant freaking does it!
Made one! Mega Ray!
It's on!
Purity!
I've let you all down.
Stay away from my friend!
I'll bring you back from Death's Abyss! Resuscitation! All
Eternal devastation!
Come forth, the healings
They'll
of
pay for
purity!
that.
Healing circle!
Burn in hell!
Nail strike!
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Lunar corruption! Let's get you all power!
Blazing Flame!
Hold nothing back!
I never miss!
Not my finest.
Magic is bring you back from Death's Abyss!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Damn it!
Here's a healing art! Tempest Down!
Plasma
Here's
Shock!
another! Go get
Blazing
it!
Flame!
Razor Cyclone!
Super Swallow Dance!
Here, let me help! First aid! Raging Cascade!
It's go
Serious
freaking does it!
Astral Energy! Full throttle! Water! Hear my call!
Time for one
Seal!
more.
Great! That'll make things easier!
Eternal devastation!
Here I come!
This one's all mine!
Spread! Glacier water this time! Here's the evil!
Can't it just make up its mind?
I've
let you all down.
Sleep now. I'll bring you back from death to dial. Resuscitation!
This is bad, right?
Yes, Ivan. Very bad.
Can't move!
Don't give up! Blah, blah, blah. Air thrust! Light astrolabe! Blah, blah, blah. Air thrust!
Not done yet!
Armor won't save you!
Radiant!
Stop!
Here's a healing
For you, Dad!
First
There
aid!
you are!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Big flash!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Dragon!
Resuscitation!
Inspiration!
Glacier
I could do this all day!
Here's
Then
the
picture
evil.
of hell!
Here's a healing arm. Air thrust!
You picked the wrong fight!
Here goes!
Talon Hurricane!
Outstanding form!
Eagle Fly! Power of water! I'll tear you apart!
Annihilation!
It's
The enemy is going all out! I'm going to need you all of
Can't move!
Don't leave me! Magic is there! Gusty nail! Now roll! I'll bring you back from death.
Shouldn't have messed with me!
Oh, violent guardian! Blah, blah, blah! Resuscitation! Blade! Blah, blah, blah! Air thrust field! Blah, blah, blah!
now.
Searing blade! Reload! I'm out of ammo!
Devastation!
Annihilation!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Firmament render!
Hurricane! I can carve through armor!
Mega ray! Arrow squall! Gemini aqua!
In a bind?
Annihilation!
Watch it!
Here's evil!
Eternal devastation!
Light astral energy! Here, let me help!
Talon Hurricane! Glimmer Dragon!
Raging
Come on,
storm
roll
shall
now.
escape my touch! Blah, blah, blah! Mega ray!
Blazing Flame! Can you use 9
Firmament render!
It's finished!
Let's do it!
Rinwell! Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
Raging lightning!
Inspiration! I could do this all day!
Wait, where'd the water go?
It's all dried up! I can't move!
It's so bright!
It's a pain is what it is!
Blah, blah, blah! That's spread! Resuscitation! Field!
Not done
This'll
yet!
come in handy. I'm going to need to use all the power of my healing
Eternal
arts to accomplish
devastation!
this. Tempest swirl!
I hope this thing was so fine not too long ago.
Eternal
I've let you all down.
What was I thinking? Sorry. I'll bring you back from death's abyss. Resuscitation!
I hope this medicine works as
Dragon Shell!
None shall escape my
Smart. I'm on a roll now! I've let you all down.
Eternal devastation!
All the hosts made one. Come forth and helix of purity! Maelstrom! Need to pull my
I don't know what I'd do without you.
Hold on to your heart.
isn't the time.
Here I come!
I really don't.
Damn it!
Eternal devastation!
I'm going to need to use all the power of my
Solo
healing arts
dance!
to accomplish this.
Eternal
So
devastation!
much for now, we beat the crap
Do
out
without
of
this
it.
pain!
Remind me to stay on your good side.
For you, Dad.
Resuscitation!
I've let you all down.
Burn in hell!
That's gonna smart. Healing
Eternal
circle!
devastation!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Eternal devastation!
Field! Resuscitation! Sleep now.
Not done yet, Andy.
Searing flame! Reload! I can show you what my art can do.
I'll tear you apart.
Resurrection!
Now I can let loose.
Divine streak! A freezing
Blazing
storm!
Flame! Now I'm in pain.
Eternal devastation!
Now you see what I can do.
Crush!
Where are you going?
I have no limits! Eternal devastation! It's on!
Talon Hurricane!
Here's a healing art!
Coming through! Ha! Scarlet Inferno!
Will this help?
Now I'm in the groove!
Sorry.
Oh, you are gonna
Ignite!
pay for that! I'm sorry to be a bother.
We've all got enough on our plates.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm all stuffed up. Mega Ray!
Bang flat!
Cyan! I'll bring you back from death's
strike!
abyss.
Leave the charges to now!
I will build out the fight like you.
Not my finest.
Wind astral energy!
Eternal Dust!
Resuscitation! I'm here. Let me help.
Surrounding Sphere!
No paper!
Back into
I'm on it!
Radiant
Hurricane
Spear!
Thrust!
I'll bring you back from death's
Hurricane
abyss.
Thrust!
That's like it does it!
It can't be happening. I still... A new leaf on life.
I've let you all down.
A chain between heaven and the planet. Sealed. I'll bring you back from death's abyss. Sorry. Resuscitation.
Not
That's been smart. If it's in the sky, it's mine.
Is this it?
One at a time. Resuscitation. You get the death. I'll heal you all. Again.
No
Will this
paper!
help? A chain between healing circle.
I'm on it!
I'll bring you
Blazing
back from
flame.
death's abyss.
Swallow dance!
Resuscitation. I'm all set
I'll
now.
finish you here and now! Into a ready and rare!
Radiant Pierce.
Eternal
Bring you back
Devastation!
from death's
That's
abyss.
enough! Swallow dance!
Eternal Devastation!
I still got some fight left in me.
I can do this all day!
Champion Swirl.
Strata!
Tunnel. Radiant Blood. Here goes.
Storm!
Air thrust. I won't give up.
I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
What was with that creature? It was some sort of a Zoogle that could control light. Rinwell, do you think that could have been...
The true form of the Phantom Flower? No, it couldn't be.
What makes you so sure?
Because...
What the...
Whoa!
What the hell is that? Is the enemy back for more?
Whatever it is, it's freaking huge!
You guys, calm down. It's okay. It's probably... No, it's definitely the Phantom Flower of Navira. I read about it in that book we found earlier. It was described as a mysterious light floating up in the sky. It's not dangerous at all. In fact, this is the place it was first discovered.
So that's how it got its name then. You sure it's not some enemy astral art being cast at us?
Positive. I think it's just a rare and unusual weather phenomenon more than anything else.
Cyslodia obviously used to be covered in darkness around the clock. But with that gone, I guess that's why we're able to see this again?
You could be right. It's so pretty though, isn't it?
Sure. But it's so big we could have seen it from town just fine, couldn't we?
Well, sure, but still.
Hey, who cares where we saw it? I'm just glad we got to see it at all. Besides, that Zoogle was what kept us from seeing it before, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
It's such a gorgeous night sky here. You should really bring Shion out to watch it.
Right. Right. I'll, do that.
It took a lot to get here, but I can't help but feel like a dream of mine came true. Thanks, Law.
I didn't do all that much, really.
Well, I still really appreciate it. It made me really, really happy.
Hey, you know
Oh, It looks like you can see it even better from over there. I'm gonna go check it out.
Huh? Hey, wait! Rinwell.
My word, this must be the work of Providence.
Prava what now?
It means destiny. I think it's a bit of an exaggeration, though.
Sion, you okay?
It's nothing. Don't be so dramatic.
Hey, Rinwell, tell me about your parents. What were they like?
They were kind. That's the part I like to remember. They could also be strict, though, especially when it came to magic. I never understood why I had to work so hard to learn magic. Why we couldn't just be done with it and live openly like everyone else. Needless to say, that didn't go over well. Of course, if I'd had known that one day I'd be doing this, I would have taken my studies more seriously. What about your parents?
Same deal. Run through the mill. Told constantly that training was the only way to survive in a world like this. It got bad enough that I ended up running away and siding with the Renans of all people. And now, I've got that training to thank for being alive.
I know how that feels.
The first time we met, you risked using your magic to stop me from kicking my dad's ass. You could have done anything else. You could have ignored it. So, why?
Yeah, I guess something about Zephyr reminded me of my own father.
You don't say. So, did your pops and mine look a lot like each other?
Not really. Not at all, in fact. I don't know how to explain it. I just felt a resemblance, I guess.
Wow. Well, I won't pretend I understand, but I'm glad. Your dad must have been a great guy.
He was.
Maybe it's the snow soaking up all the sound, but something about Cislodia always feels mysterious to me. Solemn, almost.
When it comes to solemnity, I'd say our own Octalina Palace is no slouch.
I won't argue with you there. Still, that azure tint of the shadows on the silvery white snow, it has a certain indescribable quality.
Indeed. It was boorish of me to even suggest such a comparison.
All I know is it's freaking cold. Still, more pleasant now that the locals aren't quite as frosty towards us.
Well, excuse me if I'm too frosty for your warm self.
Oh, come on! You know I didn't mean you. Besides, really, I'm the one who...
How about we stop getting hung up on the past for a change? Take what you've learned and put it to use in the future instead.
An unexamined past can be just as dangerous in its own right.
Better that than obsessing over it like a certain someone I know.
Kisara doesn't mince her words, does she?
I could say the same thing about one or two of the other women around here.
Tell me about it.
I think I'll refrain from commenting on this one.
Hootle, I've got some dried fish for you. You want some?
Forget that. Doesn't some tasty red meat sound better, boy?
Hey! Stop trying to coax him away with treats. Get your own adorable sidekick if you're so desperate for one.
He appears to enjoy being the center of attention.
Funny how things change. He and Rinwell used to be joined at the hip, or shoulder to talon.
It's not just Hootle who's become more trusting. Isn't that so, Rinwell?
They do say pets and their owners act alike. I suppose since we've been together, I've done my share of coming out of my own shell too.
Well then, I guess with you and Hootle, that makes us all one big happy family.
Sometimes when I'm deep in thought, Hootle will come over and sit next to me. I only wish I could actually pet him.
Oh, you will someday. You won't believe how soft he is.
Wish I had that problem. I'm lucky if I can so much as look at old Featherbrain without him trying to claw me to ribbons.
Really? He seems tame enough around everyone else. Maybe it's just Hootle's way of establishing dominance?
That's dogs, not owls.
What's going on when Hootle pecks at you?
I don't know. Like when I'm talking to Rinwell, it's like he's trying to muscle me out or something. Unless... Wait, you don't suppose I make him jealous?
Come again?
Ow! Ah, get off of me, you insecure fluffball!
I rather think they make a good comedic pairing.